we still had a lot of problems, and people can always focus on the empty part of the glass. But since that time, I've always been showing the optimistic side of the Philippines. Although we still were referred to as the sick man of Asia for most of that period. Now today, you can judge. Practically everyone from the outside that talks about the Philippines, and I'm so glad that it doesn't have to be a Filipino, whether it's Goldman Sachs, whether it's all the rating agencies, whether it's IMF, World Bank, ADB, they have just one observation. During this great recession that the world is still going through, there are two countries that are looking at in Southeast Asia that this year will grow anywhere from 6 to 7%. And since many of you are international observers, you know what countries I'm referring to: Indonesia and the Philippines. Singapore probably will have 0 to 1%. Hong Kong 2 to 3%. And we'll see why. Even Thailand would be lucky if they grow at 3%. And the explanation is they have become too export-oriented. And when Europe is down, the US is down, and Japan is down, any country that depends too much on exports is in trouble. Why have some observers coined the phrase sweet spot or demographic dividend? Because they see that it's a great advantage for a country like Indonesia to have 250 million consumers to whom you can sell when you cannot export too much. It's an advantage for a country like Vietnam with 90 million consumers to whom the Vietnamese can sell when their exports are slowing down. And I don't have to tell you what is one of the sources of growth. Why did it grow at 6.6% last year? Filipinos, Filipinos, and more Filipinos. Especially 10 million of them that are sending $25 billion back to their relatives. Just multiply that by 40 pesos to 1. The purchasing power that represents. Now, you may say, well, probably it's because we have a president that we can trust. What happens after his administration? I think